All right. Shalom, Yasharallah. Before we go into this lesson, we give our honor, our glory, and our praises to Yahweh. So, Kal, Halaliam, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. We give them honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, but known as Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that have been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, Tabernacle of David, and Arabella Tazariak Kazak, coming into this lesson. And the reason why I'm bringing this lesson forward is because I have to do it as fast as possible because I just finished consuming a duck flour. I don't want it to catch me while I do the lesson, so I'm going to do the works before this thing happens. That's where I'm coming from. So let's deal with chemotherapy, which we have to get today because we have an incident where a death of, I would say, on my side basically, where the person was unalived by chemotherapy, right? And the doctors wouldn't want to admit it. But we know the backstories and we know the information. The person that was there gave me full information as to what they were doing. They even strapped down the guy after he didn't wanted to take chemotherapy because he knew it would be detrimental to his health. And they still proceeded to give him that. So you see the wickedness that have in this world right now. It doesn't matter what you say. If your family sign you into think that that is game over, even if you in the right frame of mind. So you have to be mindful and be careful about that. They are ready to give you that death shot. Make sure you are unalived. Be careful, people. Be careful. So that's why I do not listen to this today because this is how dangerous it is. Now, this is not simple. It's not going to go into because we don't have much time dealing with this duck flower. But what I would do in my next lesson concerning chemotherapy part 2, I'll go into the chemicals that they use and go into the breakdowns as to how do they affect the body, so people would not be like, well, it doesn't know. Let's get the ingredients in part 2 so that we can organize one time. Let's continue. The description of chemotherapy, it says for the world chemotherapy is a treatment for cancer. It says for us chemotherapy is a disease, and they are very correct. Chemotherapy is another disease that they have put in your body so that you could be ill. They could take your money, and guess what? Still leave you sick until you perish, basically. Let's continue. Normally, the cells replicate in a controlled manner within the human body. The older cells die and new cells are generated. It says, however, if the cells begin to replicate at a fast rate and an uncontrolled manner, it gives rise to cancer. The treatment should be to stop the unwanted growth of cancer cells, right? So chemotherapy is a type of cancer treatment which we know is a disease, which in which cytotoxic neoplastic drugs are used to kill the cancer cells. It says these drugs should attack the cancer cells, but unfortunately, these drugs are unable to differentiate between the good cells and the bad cancer cells. In human body, the hair follicles under the digestive system cells replicate very fast. So the drugs used in chemotherapy also kills the hair follicles and the digestive system cells. And for those who don't know, if you kill the digestive system cells, if you kill your digestive system cells, Salakia, you would know what's going to be taking place next. You are eventually going to be unalive because you would have an impaired stomach or a compromised stomach, which we need to absorb minerals and placed in each part of the body so that your body could get its daily functions, vitamins and minerals, so that your lungs, your organs, your brain could continue to work the way it's supposed to. This is to show you how dangerous chemotherapy really is. It will, and I've seen worse cases where it has burnt away a person bladder and gallbladder, and they perished from that. This is a lady I know in Trinidad South Point Fortin. I knew her. She's gone. And guess what? I know this next person. He's at Port of Spain. He is now gone for the same effect. So people, be careful. Let's continue. It says that Solak. Right, it says that is why it is seen It is seen that patients undergoing chemotherapy suffer from hair fall and digestive problems. Other than chemotherapy, there is also radiotherapy, which is another treatment for cancer. The aim of this treatment is to only target the cancer cells or tumors without harming the other organs. The procedures involving treatments involves treating the cancerous cells with the help of radiation. The radiations are introduced into the diseased organ. It says the radiations destroy the DNA of the cancer cells in order to stop their replication. It says the entire procedure is painless and will not harm the surrounding organ, which is a lie because radiotherapy, which is radiation, already begins to harm as soon as comes in contact, whether it be near or direct contact. So we see where they try to mix up words to make it seem as though it might be safe. It is not. Radiation will never be good for the inner part of your body because the radiation that they created to expel a negative radiation. They know they do this. There's a person who created a positive frequency and was using it to heal people. They got rid of them. And they use a negative frequency to try to get rid of a disease? Really? And you're buying that? Really? All right, okay. I can't force nobody, so it is what it is. Anyways, make sure I clear my throat. Right. So the radiation destroys the DNA of the cancer cells in order to stop their replication. The entire procedure is painless and will not harm the surrounding organs. Big lie. Big lie. Well, let's continue. But if the cancer cells spread from one organ to the next, now watch how they like to put this. They're not going to tell you, which I'm going to tell you, which is why the second video have to have the chemicals for the chemotherapy and some information about the radiotherapy as well. If they're not going to tell you that because of the radiotherapy having a negative effect on your organs because it passes near it and the tissues, you are also going to have a spread in that exact area that it was affected in. They're not going to tell you that. They're just going to tell you, hey, it might spread and no, that's a lie. We have I have a friend, Chelsea, who's dead. So let not do this, all right? Let not do this. I have enough experience of people going through chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and passing. That is the truth. So, we could do it. It says main point. It says, but if the cancer cells spread from one organ to the other, or the cancer reaches an advanced stage, both chemotherapy and radiotherapy need to be done to treat the cancer. So you're making it worse. Okay. Side effects of chemotherapy: anemia, nausea, anxiety, hair loss. Now you see how they will never show you death in because at this point we know we are a full knowing that they are hiding because the person who passed this morning, no, not this morning, last night, took chemotherapy. They forced their chemotherapy upon him. They strapped him down and gave it to him, and he died. So watch how they ain't showing you the chemotherapy kills people as well. I'm glad that I have the experience to tell you exactly what is going on. And if this video get taken down, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna post it up anyways. If it get posted up, very good. So let's continue. It says the side effects of chemotherapy: anemia, nausea, anxiety, hair loss. It says arrhythmia, dehydration, digestive problems, bloody vomit, which is very, very bad, which it leads to death, internal bleeding, bloated stomach, kidney problems, cardiac problems, which leads to death, weak immune system, which leads to death, hormonal imbalance, urinary problems. It says there are plenty of herbs to minimize the side effects caused by chemotherapy. See what they're trying to do? They're trying to give you if this minimizing the effects, we could take it and then use that to minimize the effects after. That's not how it works. Chemotherapy stays in your body for a very long time and will have a negative reaction on your organs as well as your blood. Main point, if your blood is not working correctly, you are going to eventually fall sick again. So here it is. My advice, no chemotherapy. Let's get next information here, right? One time, just so you could see what is really going on, right? Let's get another take. It says cancer is a disease that has become a making industry. So, okay, as an industry, it must expand the medical science and symptoms of cancer as well as the definition, so like of cancer. This expands the market share and the amount of people to buy treatments. This industry also expands its arsenal of treatments such as drugs, research projects, chemotherapy, and surgeries, which increases profit. Unfortunately, cancer is not a disease but an industry. Why? Because they are blatantly making money on you without you even knowing, and you are going to fall for the deception and going and taking chemotherapy thinking it's going to help. When, let's just say, give it some time and you'll get a remission, where it's going to go even worse, and that even worse is because that same chemotherapy effect on your body. Why go through that hardship to die worse when you could either go to according to what the scripture says, which we could grab for you right here. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him, for Yahweh had created him. And there's a difference between a physician and a doctor. A doctor practices what? Pharmacy, which goes into sorcery. So they practice their pharmacy or pharmakia, which is sorcery. They practice I would say, I can't even say natural medication. They practice unnatural, refined, unnatural, synthetic based chemicals to aid your body by means of fighting or trying to kill the problem. Which, when you use your herbs don't kill the problem. Your herbs remove the problem, whether it be alive or it be dead. Your herbs also cleanse the area and strengthens the area, preventing any more growth from coming up. So which is more of an ideal situation, because we have a lady which is from Point Fortin who had breast cancer and she used herbs. She is another lady who also went to the Honduras resort, which Dr. Sebi once put together, right? And that resort, they are feeding you only healthy natural things. Within a year time, you come. I think it's not year, but 4 to 6 months, they come back out of the resort, and guess what? They come back out cancer free. There's a lady right in Point Fortin as we speak. But you know what? Of course, you're going to go for other means, so it is what it is. But anyways, let's go to the scripture. It says this: for the Most High of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the kings. It said the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. And the main point of the physician is they give remedies to prolong your life. That remedy would help you in so much major ways that you wouldn't even realize it, bringing you back into your natural state of your body. Let's continue. As scripture says, most important part right here. And Yahweh had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So take my stupid advice. Well, I can't say stupid. Take my very good advice. No chemotherapy. Trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. And if it is your fears to die is your choice, no problem. But my advice, no chemotherapy. It's not going to it's not going to help you at this point in time. This year they're trying to unalive many of our people, so they might just use this as a means to unalive you. Alright? So I hope this information and I hope this lesson was indeed edifying. But let me continue, because I want to give some remedies for that same cancer. We could use the herbs, which you see in here. For it says burdock root, most important, chaparral, most important, dandelion, very good, echinacea and golden seal. Now I would say usually I would say no, but let your body reach a proper alkaline state first, because the echinacea tends to be somewhat acidic. So, but these two, echinacea and golden seal, works hand in hand to increase your T cells, your fighter cells, which targets the cancer cells. And the more you have, is the better for you. Is this with these you're going to have an increase of blood count, which is going to fight off the battle. In other words, remove the problem, especially if you're using these herbs, echinacea and golden seal. But let's remember, this is a herb I would say recipe. So let's give it back. Burdock root, chaparral, dandelion, echinacea, golden seal. I would change milk thistle to blessed thistle, but it's up to you. Red clover and toad and toja, which is also a very good herb we could use. And look at the foods. That's why I always say you have to go to your leafy greens, you have to go to your fruits, your veggies and your fruits. That's the main point to getting the process of healing taking place. So you go into foods and it says what? Apples, artichokes, if that's what it's pronounced, so like asparagus, blackberries, blueberries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cantaloupe, cauliflower, cabbage again, cherries, currants, dandelion, greens, grapes, lentils, no. We need nothing cooked today, so no lentils. Millets, nothing cooked, nothing peas like to cook, no problem. Mustard greens, oat, nope. Pork, greens, yes. Pumpkin, yes, no problem. Red beans, nah, nothing to, no. We ain't cooking nothing. Rye, we ain't cooking nothing. Squash, no problem. Wheat, nope. White yam, yes, but most likely after your good 2 to 3 months of the cleanse that you're going to be going through. This is just one thing that you could use. We could give more so that you could know what you could get, right? Matter of fact, let's take to the topic. The topic was chemotherapy. I was getting carried away. So Salak, let me go into and show you some videos for you to see for yourself so you can understand where I'm coming from, right?
The trouble with chemotherapy and conventional treatments is they have no effect on the cancer stem cell. They only kill the daughter cells, the cells that are produced by it. So the tumor will shrink and they'll claim success, but you haven't killed the stem cell, so it all just comes right back.
At least 500,000 people in the United Kingdom are facing poor health or disability after treatment for cancer. 500,000. 350,000 people are living with experiencing chronic fatigue after cancer treatment and sexual difficulties. 240,000 have mental health problems as a result of their cancer treatment. 200,000 are living with moderate to severe pain after cancer treatment. 150,000 are affected by urinary problems such as incontinence. And all of this heartbreak and suffering on top of the fact that, it doesn't work. You get cancer, you're going to die from cancer under the MD's care. But while you're waiting to die, first you're going to go bankrupt, then you're going to suffer, and then you're going to die. And apparently we're all okay with this.
I like what he said there because this makes real sense. Y'all can't be allowing them to walk over y'all and then you're believing in their pseudo nonsense. Like, come on. Their way of health and healing is not the way you're supposed to go at it, right? You have to understand they go back to what Greek, which is that I believe is Asclepius, that is the Greek god of medicine over the cases. I don't want to say the wrong thing. As to where his symbol was a snake, I believe either a sword or a stick, right? Which is very similar to what you're seeing today. So you know where that symbol would have come from. Now, with that being said, they would have their practices with medicines when they go back into it was some very weird, unorthodox way of medication, which is going into certain spells, and we don't want to go into that. Let's continue and stick to the script, right? So you don't want to partake in something that they are bringing up because they are just bringing it out to kill it to unalive you, whether they like it or not. It's like, what they believe it or not, whether they like it or not, they are doing this to unalive you. Or make a hardy pause for my health. So you had to bring your body back, which you usually do. Many times you would have to come from the hospital after you went to the hospital for a situation. They give you some tablets and they send you back home. You now have to assess the situation and find your own solution to fix it. So why even waste time anyways? But it is what it is. Trust in your medicine. Now the person who has passed, it wasn't he should not have passed because at the end of the day, he did not want to take the chemo. Now his son forced him. His family forced him by telling the hospital that they are agreeing to let her take chemo, and they strap him down, no problem. Even after he begging them not to, fighting them off and everything not to, he don't want to take that. He know what the effects of it is. He don't want to take it, and they still strap him down. They help the hospital strap him down to take it to the point where he had burnt marks on his hands. So it is what it is. All these are what we call judgments at the end of the day. So we can't really fight that, but boy, their blood and that person those, especially the son who do that, the family, their blood is on your hands. Their blood is on your hands. Anyways, um, let me close out with some remedies for malignant disease to be exact, which we already give one right here. It's higher up here, right here. You have two remedies, which is right here. Cancer prevention and treatment, which you have a list of remedies, which I could go through. Balsam fir, um, bilberry, birch, bleeding heart, blue and black elderberries. Okay, here it is. I feel the effects of the dark flower. My goodness. About it started to kick in a little bit. So I will wow. Shalom Yasharala, Kal Halalyam Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Bahasham Rakakwadash. Again, we give them honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Campbell as great millstone for the bring forth the 100% truth that have been correctly edified under. Shalom to the elect, Tabernacle of David. I'm your brother Zariak Kazak saying to you, Shalom until the next one. Shalom.